Welcome back to Bobby and JJ Radio. We're talking all about food today on our show. First up is our friend, Karen Evans. She was on the show, you may remember, on a show called Women Inspiring Women a little while back. You remember, Bobby?
We're old friends.
You were here. She is a Bon Appetit chef, so we're going to find out what that is. Sounds fascinating to me. So, Karen, what in the world is that? What's a Bon Appetit chef?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me back. I love it here.
Good.
So I was really excited to come. And I discovered a Bon Appetit chef when I was traveling. Mm-hmm. So a Bon Appetit chef is a chef that cooks for people in their home. I have a table that seats up to 14 people, which is just a beautiful big table. And I advertise on the Bon Appetit website. Mm-hmm. People from all over the world can come to my home, and I cook 7 courses and serve them. And when they come, they're sitting with people from Europe or Mexico or New York or Austin.
So is it one central website where you would provide your services?
It is. It's one central website, www.bonappetit.com. And when you go to the website, you would go to San Antonio, and there I'll be. There's only 2 Bon Appetit chefs in San Antonio, and I'm lucky enough to be one of them. And it's just so incredible. So you do not have to be from out of town to come to my house, but...
So do they get to pick what you're cooking, or is it kind of a set menu that you have prepared?
Well, I have a set menu each month different. If they want that menu and they like it, they can use that, or I can custom a menu for anyone. And
that's great. Mm-hmm. So it says you do farm to table, is that right? So do you locally source your ingredients?
I locally source my ingredients, just like Michael Sahaki.
Oh, great.
And so I go to the farmers markets. I have farmers that I get my eggs from.
Who would you recommend getting farm fresh eggs from?
Well, you asked me this, and I meant to write it down, and I can't remember their
It's
names.
Karen's favorite farmer. That's what I'll
my favorite farmer.
I'll go to the farmer's market. I'll be like, are you Karen's favorite farmer?
It's at the, they have duck eggs, which
Is it at the Pearl?
It's at the Pearl.
Oh, yes, I know who you're talking about then.
And
so you get a lot of your things at the Pearl.
I get a lot of my things at the Pearl, at Central
great.
Market. I have a friend who has a lot of acreage out on Highway 90, where I get a lot of my vegetables.
Oh, that's
I
great.
get my meat from Bolner's.
Okay. That's great.
In Central Market.
Can you tell us a couple of the dishes that guests should expect during a dinner party at your house?
Oh, sure. Well, a lot of times I do elegant tableside Caesar salad, which is really fun because if you know the history of Caesar salad, it's from Tijuana, Mexico. Americans would just storm over there by the numbers because we were in Prohibition, and that's where it started. But in a real...
Wait. Sorry. During Prohibition, they would go to Mexico for the salad?
Well, they would go there to drink, but they would eat Caesar
and they just happen
salad.
to have the salad
they
there?
They have the salad there. And so then it was brought here, so funny.
Like, why
and
did
then
they
it was
outlaw
brought
the
to
salad?
Mexico. And but the real Caesar salad, you eat the whole romaine leaves all together, and you eat it with your fingers. So it's really fun when you get people together at a table and you make them eat with their fingers, and then they love it.
Yeah.
And I make a really great thing called sunny raviolis. So I make beautiful raviolis, and inside is an egg yolk with spinach and and so when it bursts open, it's just beautiful. The egg is everywhere, and it's with butter and sage, and it's delicious.
And you were telling me you're predominantly self-taught.
I am self-taught, but I've also taken classes.
Yeah.
I know a lot of chefs. I've cooked in kitchens.
That's so great. So you have a lot of life experience rather than...
I started when I was very young, and I discovered really good food. I was lucky to go to Europe when I was young, and I discovered butter and fresh food. Because in America back then in the 60s, people were eating, 60s and 70s, they were eating margarine and canned foods. And
County Crock or whatever it is. Country
it was horrible.
Crock.
So when I got back from Europe, my father said that, he said, just, I'll take you shopping. You can get whatever you want. I got sides of beef. He bought me my own freezer, and poof.
And how old were you when you had your own freezer?
14.
I'm an adult, and I still don't have a separate freezer. Like, that's a thing. I feel like that's an adult.
What's a freezer?
You're 14 and you had a freezer?
So I've been cooking all my life.
That's so fun. Sorry, Bobby.
No,
you
sorry.
also teach, my question's more important.
It
you
is.
also teach cooking classes.
I teach cooking classes. And people can come to my home. I can go to their home. I can go to people's businesses. It's just really fun. And it's all done with themes, so I could do anything.
That is so cool.
How does pricing work?
Pricing?
For the actual dinner?
For the
Hypothetically,
Bon
if
Appetit,
Bobby wanted to have you teach him how to cook,
usually a cooking class is $75 a person, and that includes wine service also.
as it should.
Because you have to have sips of wine when you've done something really beautiful.
And how about for dinner parties?
Now, dinner parties are different. 7 courses, it's $115. If you do not want 7 courses, but I suggest you do 7 courses because it's just a lot of fun. It lasts about 3 hours. And it's worth it. Everything is fresh from scratch. And you have a great experience.
It's an experience, is what it sounds like.
It's a major experience. And also, during the dinner, I show art, and I have this beautiful young lady that sings.
Oh, wow.
And her name is Piper.
Should be, yeah.
It's amazing.
How are you handling all these trendy new food allergies?
Well, I've never had that question asked.
It's
now,
not nice.
if somebody comes to the house
And they request something.
and they request something, or they say that I'm allergic to this, we do not like this, I will not prepare that.
Awesome. Do you can you just do stuff off the cuff? Or
Yes.
do you like, oh, that's
I can
great.
do stuff off the cuff.
That's
So
of course you can.
when is your next class
great.
coming up that you're offering?
Probably in 2 weeks. I think it's like October 22nd or 23rd. I need 3 days preparation time.
Okay.
From doing the menu to doing the shopping to...
So if you can tell us, if somebody wants to take your class or if somebody wants to come for the dinner, how would somebody get a hold of your work and somebody get more information?
My cell phone is 210-290-2425. I have a Facebook. It's called The Dinner Party, an authentic Texas table. And I have email, goodeatswithkarenevans@gmail.com.
goodeatswithkarenevans@gmail.com.
And then you can just ask anybody. Most people know me. I'm the Kevin Bacon of San Antonio.
Just roll down your window and say,
It's
do you
true.
know Karen Evans?
It's true.
It's true. Everyone knows Karen.
Thanks so much for being with us, Karen. We'll be back in just a few minutes with this week's edition of Mortgage Matters with Trevor Morton. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We'll be back in just a minute.